Prince Charles and Steve. I hope you're all enjoying it so far. I hope I don't spoil it for you. This is the first time in over 40 years I've had to make a wedding speech. The only other time was on my own wedding to Josie, because Nicola has 4 elder brothers who've all got married, one twice. So I'm much more used to sitting where Bill is and just relaxing and not watching the bride's father fidgeting with his meal and breaking out into a cold sweat. So I guess it's payback to me. Nicola kindly offered to write the speech for me.
Loads of faith.
As we all know, Nicola is such a shy, quiet, honest young lady. I didn't think she'd do herself justice. So I had to decline the offer. Nicola's a truly amazing girl. I'm so proud of her. Not only is she beautiful, she's intelligent and has a wonderful personality, and I couldn't be more proud of her. Although I can't claim that she gets those properties from me, she gets them from her mum. But before I go on and tell you a few stories about Nicola growing up, I'll have to restrict them because otherwise we'll be here all night. I'd just like to officially welcome Steve into the family. He's been part of the family for quite some time now, but now it's official. And both Josie and I are really proud to have him as a son-in-law. Now, don't get me wrong, but he does have one major fault. Although his mother-in-law doesn't agree with me on this. But to take a line from the old Spinners song in my Liverpool home, Steve worships at Anfield, not Goodison Park. But Nicola is equally misguided. She chose to follow her mum and brother Andrew and go over to the dark side and support Liverpool, rather than myself and brothers Paul, Gareth and Martin, and support the People's Club, Everton. Now, it might seem wrong for me to quote Latin to you, and particularly the Everton motto. Nil status nisi actinium.
Which means we're Stephen Liverpool.
No. What it means is none but the best. And there are none but the best of these two.
Oh.
They are really our match of the day. Whichever side we support, I think. No, I've gone with wrong colour. No, I've not. See, I had to hide the speech. She searched the house looking for it. So I can't find it, and I've all got these crypt cards now. Because Nicola doesn't like surprises. As a young girl, she was always hunting the house for Christmas presents. We'd find the corners ripped off them and then sellotape down. Anyway, so while we're staying on football, did you notice we'd got 11 bridesmaids, a full team? I half expected them to have numbers and names on their hands and to come down the aisle to You'll Never Walk Alone, or better still, Z-Cars. Right, now Nicola, she's got 4 elder brothers. She used to play football with them, of course. For a girl, she turned out to be a decent footballer. So much so that she used to go training with the girls' team of a Premier League club. Can anybody have a guess who that was?
Leeds?
No, not Leeds.
Swansea?
Not Everton, no.
Man United.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yes, to her everlasting
Divorce
shame.
papers are in the post.
But in mitigation, she did insist on wearing her Liverpool top to training, which didn't go down well with the United trainers. Seeing this girl in a Liverpool top running rings round all those in the United ones, it was like a red rag to a bull. Not that I'm in any way saying that a Liverpool top looks anything like a red rag, So this incensed them, and they used to give her extra star jumps, push-ups, squat thrusts until she could take it no longer. So she never actually got to play for United. I'm sure if she did, the Liverpool top would have been there to insulate from that top.
Protect me from the evil.
Right, now I'll go back to when Nicola was born, the league football now. Nicola was born at Warrington General Hospital, and the midwife that delivered her was none other than Auntie Julie, which accounts for one of Nicola's middle names. Now, during the first few months of her life, two funny things happened to Nicola. Well, they're funny now, but at the time they certainly weren't. We're on a holiday at Tenby, and we're heading to the beach. Now, Josie and I are loaded up with all the paraphernalia needed for the beach, bats, bowls, buckets and spades. So, pushing the carry cot was entrusted to her elder brothers. Now I'm not naming names now because I don't know which one it was that was in charge. Nobody's owning up to this. But to get to the beach at Tenby, you have to go down a series of long slopes linked together with hairpin bends. And the boy who was in charge of pushing the pram thought it was great to do fast turns around the hairpin bends, then release the carry cot so it started to move away, and then grabbing the handle at the last minute. Andrew's smiling, perhaps it was him. Or Paul. Anyway, going round the last bend, they failed to grab the handle, and the carry cot accelerated away down the slope, hotly pursued by Paul, Andrew, Gareth, Martin, Josie and myself. Now in those days, these carry cot things were not very safe. The carry cot just sat inside the transporter and just held in place by gravity. So when the front wheels of the transporter hit the beach, it cartwheeled and threw the carry cot through the air with Nicola inside it. Luckily, it landed the right way up after bouncing a couple of times and skidding down the beach. So it didn't do much damage to it. No.
Is that why she thought
Josie blew a fuse and we left the beach immediately. Right, a couple of weeks later, Paul and Andrew are away on a football trip, I believe, at Morecambe. And it's a nice day, so we decided to go for a walk in Sankey Valley Park. And there were some rowing boats on the canal, and I thought it would be a great idea to go and have a row. So Josie and baby Nicola climbed into the back of the boat. Gareth and Martin climbed into the front. And Gareth held the boat against the beach, the side of the canal, as I'm stepping in. But then he released it. So the boat went, and I'd got one foot in the boat and one on the bank. Now you've all seen the silent movies. There's absolutely nothing you can do. You end up doing the splits until eventually the boat turned over. Gareth somehow or other managed to get to the bank and only got his feet wet, later claiming he could walk on water.
No, that's Martin.
He gave me the other story, and I believe him because he got to the bank. I ended up stood on the bottom of the canal up to my chest in the dirty, filthy water. But worse still, Martin and Josie had gone completely under. But heroically, Josie held Nicola clear of the water. She didn't even get wet. But whether this boating incident, oh well, they did bring us towels and they said we could come back and have a free go. But we never did. In fact, even though I was completely innocent in this matter, I got the blame. And Josie still will not go in a boat with me unless it's the size of a cross-channel ferry, which she believes is beyond my capability of sinking. Little does she know. Whether this had any effect on Nicola, this boating incident, I don't know. But she is notoriously a bad sailor. Last year, she went on a cruise with Steve, Joe, Marie and Rob to Norway. She was violently